part. Okay, go ahead and explain the functionality, see what you guys' understanding is, and what you plan to test afterwards.
In the receiving page is basically when we receive the cartridges from the customer or the vendor, we just get so we just go ahead and do the entry of that particular cartridge or that's what it is. This functionality is.
Okay. All right.
Receiving functionality is the initial functionality in the overall workflow.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So let's see what you plan to test here. How many scenarios you have and high level scenarios. Yep. See what you guys came up with.
So when we click on the three dots, we'll make sure it is showing the right side vendor customer list.
Okay, so you're gonna test. You will have at least one scenario for the three dots, and you will verify that customer list is showing up appropriately.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. That's what you are testing.
Yes.
Okay. Should pop up list.
Yeah. When we select this, we will make sure this list is shown, and when we select a vendor or customer, we will make sure it is populated in the vendor customer field.
Okay, so that's your second scenario, right?
Yes.
Picking something in the list that will populate in the vendor list. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha.
When we already select one vendor and now choose another button on the vendor list,
okay,
it should unselect the other vendor and it should populate the current selection in the vendor customer field.
Okay,
only
so
one should be selected. Yeah.
Okay, so you will test it. So I'm just looking at the third scenario here. Only one vendor should be selected, not multiple selected at a time. Okay, so that's
if I select vendor 1, I should not also select customer 12. Vendor 1 should be unselected.
All right. Okay, gotcha. Yep. Okay.
And when we select customer 12 after selecting vendor 1, the field should also replace information with customer 12. Erase details of vendor 1 in the field.
Okay, so is that the difference between third and fourth scenario? Or it's kind of like a same?
Third scenario means
okay, it's just it's the same scenario, but the next step, the number 3 fails at one step and 4 fails at the next step.
I see. So number 3 is okay, not multiple selected. Okay, so you will verify that. And number 4 is it will replace the newly selected in the vendor customer list. Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Okay, all right.
So another one is when we select the skid button, it should change the color for it.
Okay.
And if anything else is selected, it should be unselected.
Okay, so your verification, you have included the others are unselected. Okay, which is fine. Yep.
And same for case and box. When we select one, others are unselected, and that button changes the color.
Okay, gotcha.
And
all right, go ahead.
When we click on process another, it should open up another page. Oh, I did not write that. Oh, we wrote that here.
So basically a fresh page should pop up with
process another should take us to F02 screen.
Okay,
and
what is
also save the data on this screen.
Okay, what is F02 screen here? It's the
same
screen,
one.
Right?
Same screen.
That means it should clear the data on this screen and save the data.
Okay, so clear data, stay on F02, refresh the screen, and it will also save the information.
Yes.
Okay.
And we press the cancel. It should take to screen F01 and should not save the data.
Okay, cancel, should not save the data, screen F01. What is F01?
The same screen
is the cartridge inventory page. No.
It's the same screen, right? I mean, it will just refresh the screen without saving the data, right?
Yeah.
No, F01 is different screen, right?
All right, let's see what you got.
F1 is the home page.
Yeah, F01 is the home page.
right? So it will take you back to the home page, right? So
Yes.
just make sure you make it clear. What is your scenario? Same thing on F02. I mean, when you say F02, it just clears and displays the same screen, right? You
Same
can just write it in plain English.
Okay. And when we select the keyboard button, it should show the touchscreen keyboard.
Okay, now keyboard is a common functionality, right? Any screen it will be available. So
Right.
you don't have to include it here. You can just write one test case to click on keyboard and see if it shows pop up the keyboard. Not
Okay.
every screen, because it will show up on the as part of the screen layout in the footer. So okay.
So when we click on done,
Mhm.
We have to make sure it only we are only able to click done after filling up the vendor field and quantity field.
Okay, so what is your
Because those two
scenario
are
here? See,
required
those
fields.
are positive scenario, negative scenarios, right? So where are your positive scenario, negative scenarios here? You did not come up with
Positive
that, I
is
think.
we are able to save the page and click on done when we enter the required fields.
That's the positive.
So that's what I would expect as a scenario. Okay.
Yes.
So you fill out the required fields, you identify what is required, you click
And
on done,
It's,
then it should that's what it happens when you say click on done. It's a
Yeah.
positive scenario. So you just want to identify what scenario, what are the 5 items that you have bottom, right?
yes. So it's if I try to say done without entering the quantity, it should show an error message. When I try to say without selecting the
the
customer,
customer, and if
it
it's
should show an error
a
message.
message.
Right? Okay.
Yes, those two are negative scenarios. And when it is if we are able to click done, it should stay on the same page and all the fields should be cleared.
Okay, so I'm not clear on the scenario. So click on done. I'm just reading your scenarios here. We enter required customer, vendor, quantity fields. So that's all you require. You don't
Yes.
require anything else.
No.
No, those are not required. fields.
Okay, so that's a positive scenario. That's a valid. So click on done after entering required when information, meaning customer, vendor, and quantity fields.
Yeah.
Okay, so
if
that's
we
one scenario.
enter the required fields, we should be able to click on done.
Right, and
when
then
we click
what
on
happened?
done successfully, it should clear the screen and stay on the screen.
Yeah,
No,
so I think you
it
need to
should
write.
clear the screen and take us to home
Yeah.
page.
I think you have the scenarios correct, but I think just the writing is a little bit different. You probably
Okay.
want to put click on. It's fine. I think what you have is fine. Okay, so negatives, just to make it clear, because number 4, I don't know what does it mean. Number
Yeah,
4 is not a
If home
scenario.
page shows home page when I click on done, it
again,
takes to home page.
so Jenny, as I mentioned in the other ones, right? Is the 4 and 5 actually a separate scenarios, or that's what happens
Validation is
when number
different,
1
right?
happens? No, what happens when you do it, right? When you enter required customer, vendor, quantity fields and click on done, that's when the number 4 and 5 happens, right? It saves the
Yes,
data and
but
takes you to the home page.
how
those
we validate it differs, right? So we
again,
will be writing different. Okay, different cases.
the
Okay.
so think of this way. Can you run scenario number 4 by itself?
No.
Okay, then it's not a scenario.
Okay.
Those are validation step or expected steps for number 1 when it happens.
Right, because that's what you are expecting to happen at part of number 1. It's a positive scenario. Everything is good. You should expect to see whatever page and
Right.
information is saved. Okay.
So it's just one positive scenario.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So every time you have to think about it, can you run that scenario independently? And if it is, answer is yes, then it's good scenario. If the answer is no, then it is either validation or verification step of some other scenario.
Okay.
Same thing for a cancel, right? You have 2 different things.
There are
Is the
scenarios.
second one
Yeah.
a part of it? Yeah, there you go.
So, and we
Now,
don't need keyboard.
Again, process another, right? Don't you have a negative scenario as well? Because it saves the information. Now, if you don't have required fields, you probably want to have similar like done.
It's something similar to done.
Because you're gonna have negative scenarios as well for process another.
Well,
You want to make sure you validate that.
Yeah.
also, I think you need to be a little bit more descriptive in your description.
Yeah.
So
description.
put it that, right? When you say clear data stays on F2, stays on same screen, should save data. What is the scenario here?
No, I just copied it from there. I still have to write it.
Right. So just write it very clear. The scenario should be self-explanatory, right? Don't intermix with the expected results in the scenario. Do an expected results when you're writing the steps.
So if I had to write it, for example, right, process another one. Click on process another after entering required information, right? So that you can put, basically it should save the data if you want to put it, but otherwise that would be your scenario. And the other negative scenario would be click on process another without enter quantity. Click on process another without entering a vendor. Those are the ways you can write those scenarios. Okay, in a plain English.
Harshal?
Yeah.
Question. So if number 2, if I click without entering vendor or quantity, is it gonna take me to the home page or it gonna give me the error message?
No, it should give you the error message, right? You are expecting error.
Yeah.
It doesn't let you move forward, right?
Okay, gotcha.
Because you haven't supplied all the required information.
Okay.
Okay. So those are minor things, but you can fix it. Okay. You guys can fix it. I think you guys almost have it. I mean, as far as the scenarios goes. Anything else? I don't think they missed anything here. That's the. I'm just trying to see here. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm good. I mean, Dilip, do you want to add anything or anything missing with this one?
No.
Okay. All right. So is everybody understand?
Yeah, no, I've been providing them feedback as they were working through it. So.
I see. Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, he's been checking on it.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
Now, the only thing, well, hang on, Herschel. One thing is the keyboard shows up and closes. That doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
right?
Shows up and able to close.
Now, do you understand what the keyboard functionality means?
Like
It
when I
will be
click on the
always-
keyboard, it displays the
Keyboard.
touchscreen
It's the
keyboard.
touch screen keyboard on
And
the
what
screen.
if you type it? What's supposed to happen?
It's something similar as a normal keyboard. So when you're typing it, the data should be populated in whichever field you're selecting.
Okay. So that's the scenario.
That's
have,
what you
right?
need to test
Yeah.
it.
That's what you need to test.
Oh,
Whatever field you selected, you pop up the keyboard and then you type in. See if you are able to enter the
Type it.
information.
Okay, gotcha.
And then closing, meaning, I mean, you can, I'm assuming there will be close button or you can click anywhere else and it will close automatically.
I think it closes by clicking the keyboard button again.
Okay.
Aujanya, should we ask that question here that you had? When we click on the keyboard, is it going to cover the whole page or is it just going to be at one
Resize
corner?
the existing screen or
No, it will be
what
at the bottom. It will be bottom. So this
At the
is a
bottom.
screen mock-up, right?
Yeah.
This is somebody drew it up on piece of paper.
Yes.
This is a sketch. So in the real life, the keyboard will be right there at the bottom of the screen. So it will pop up at the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
Plus there will be scroll bars and other things. So they will
Like,
be able to.
I mean, it's not
Just
like
like a normal
we
keyboard.
already have the screen and it's occupying the my whole desktop. If I say keyboard, will it resize to something and then show the
Yeah,
keyboard?
it will resize. Remember, it's a touch screen. It's gonna be different. When the application is built, they will accommodate that screen right at the bottom, the keyboard.
Yeah, so the existing screen is resized. So
Yep,
that's
that's
the
correct.
question I had.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it will be. Yep. Because there you still need to see the fields. So
We are done with this.
Yes, I'm good.
Warranty.
We still have 2 more, yeah.
But before you jump in, let's do here quickly. What time is it? And I want to give other team a chance to actually
Okay.
review that.
I think we are
Say-
at 8:05, Herschel, so we may have
Yes.
to.
Yeah,
Pause it.
let's flip to the other team.
Okay, I'll
But,
stop
I-
the screen.
The
Yeah,
question is, you guys got the understanding of how to do it, right? So you
Yeah.
should be able to continue refine your defect category list and defect category detail.
Mhm.
And we can review that on Saturday. Okay, remaining items, whatever you guys have. So go ahead, Jivan and Bhagyasri and Thomas, if you
Okay.
any of you want to share.
Okay, so Harshal, like we try to cover all the things, but we're not done. So I just want to mention that.
Okay, so which
We
one
just-
do you think is more complete? What? piece
So
of
the
functionality-
homepage.
piece. Okay, so
Yeah.
bring up the requirement screen as well. So if you have it, just flip it over there and explain
okay.
what you are trying to test. So laser saver requirement and
Oh, that one I close, I think that the.
Yeah. Okay.
So Harsha and Dilip, who was the one in our room?
who is the one in the room, meaning what?
Who was the one in our team's room?
Yeah,
our-
I was in the room, but I wasn't really listening. Okay, I mean, just in case if you had a
Okay.
question, I could have provided you clarification, but
Okay.
I would
Yeah,
let you
I
know
just
what.
opened that, but I don't know where it goes actually, that window desktop. The document one, I'm sorry. Let me open that again, I'm sorry. Oh, I
Okay,
think here.
yeah, take
Okay.
a
Yeah.
minute or so. You can download it and open it. I mean, I think that would be better, so that you have side by side, because it will close this window otherwise.
Okay. Okay, so. Yeah, so this is the homepage that we are talking about.
Okay, the homepage screen here. Okay.
Yeah,
So
homepage,
can you
yeah.
explain what the functionality is here and kind of like
Yeah.
for everyone? What is your
Okay.
understanding of the functionality and what you guys plan to test here?
Yeah, so when we log in, so for every user, I think the homepage should disseminate information about the application, and homepage should display, check that after entering the application, first page displayed is the homepage for the user. Yeah, and then so the
So
homepage
your
should.
scenario here is somebody logs in and
Yeah.
they will end up on the homepage screen.
Yep,
If
yeah.
they don't see homepage screen, then your step, whatever detail steps you're gonna write, that one will fail and they have to fix it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So this one. Yeah,
Okay.
and so the homepage should disseminate information about the application. So the homepage should display information posted by admin user. So
Okay,
that
so
we.
can you flip to the screen? I'm not sure what you mean by that
Yeah.
scenario.
Okay. Yeah. So
I think you can just click on it. Yep, desktop one.
yeah.
Double click it.
So what I'm saying is, so
Yeah.
I think it's 132 page actually. So as a QA, we need to test that. So here.
No, but on the home page, right? What are you testing? Show me the screen.
So here, that's what I.
Okay.
I
All right,
just said
finish your
that.
thoughts and I'll ask you a question. Okay.
Yeah, so here what I'm saying, if admin put any information that posted to the homepage, so we need to check that one also. That's what I'm saying here.
Can you go back to the actual homepage screen? Because that's the one I want to see it. I understand what you have here, but if you go back to the main whatever your module screen, right?
Okay.
Page 13.
They don't
Page one.
have to test the detailed page, right? It's not in
That is
there.
correct. That is.
So
They are
we
not
just have to-
testing the detail page.
Test the history button, right? So that's
Yeah.
all.
Well,
we can test.
Yeah.
I
We
don't know
will
what you
only
guys came
test
up
if
with.
it opens up that it goes to that page.
That
You
home page.
Right,
click
right.
on
Yeah.
The functionality of
Right.
that.
Okay,
So
so
when you
here
click the
you
history button.
yeah, so we have that one also actually. If we click on the history button, then
Okay, no,
So-
stay here. Let me,
Okay.
just stay here.
okay.
So, so the user ends up on the screen here, and you see right below the history, there are a few
Yeah.
things here. What
Mhm.
are those things?
So here you said?
Yeah, right below the history.
So that's the news, I think, like kind of like a news.
So do you have a scenario? What scenario will test those things?
So the we need to check that that article that displays new articles from newest to oldest. We need to check that.
Mhm.
Okay, so you have a scenario written down.
Oh yeah, let me just.
What are you
Yeah,
using, Mac?
so
Or
so
that's
that's the
Windows
second
10? Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
that's the second scenario. So any information, those registration details, they are all posted by the admin. So once the admin has the ability to be able to post the information, it automatically displays on the homepage.
Okay, okay. So who is admin here?
So admin is the I think the all the user the it's not I mean that's why I understand it's not like the R flown. So admin is like kind of many user. It's not like the one person.
But what is your role, I guess, in the software? Can you assume admin's role or no as a QA?
We assume that we are admin and we are checking that homepage. It's properly displaying the homepage if we log in that.
Okay, so
And then
show me your scenario here. So I see one scenario, number 1 is there, number 2 is there, which I don't think that's relevant, but number 3 is history button. But where is the scenario that tests the what's new items? How would you test it? What's new
so
items?
that the welcome test new article that's what you are saying. The welcome test.
Well,
So
I'm just asking you what do you have the scenario to test that? If not, probably are missing something on that page.
So then are you talking about how we're going to test if an article is new? Is that your question?
What is displayed under what's new? Are you planning to test it as part of your scenarios listed here?
Yeah, so
So
that
the
is the
welcome-
point 2 we are talking about. So
Okay,
the
so
point 2 would
point 2 is that one.
so
Not
point
sure
2
if I-
displays the welcome message, and point 2 is saying that when you go to the admin page, which is the I think page 130, 132, Bashiri, am I correct? 132 or something like that, where the
Okay.
content where they put out information pertaining to everything that every user needs to know. Any information they put in that content, it automatically displays on the homepage. So we would test by putting a message on that page to see if it's going to display on the homepage.
Okay, so if I just enter something on that details page, right? Will it show up what's new? That's what you are saying, right?
Yes.
Now, flip to, I mean, the requirements, back to the requirements document.
So Harshal, actually, I mean, I just don't want to mention, but I thought to put more in the details, but
No, I'm
we-
just trying to see what you plan to test. So you do have a scenario that looks like you have to reword your scenario, because I don't think it's clear. Okay,
okay.
your
So
scenario. You're supposed to test what's new. Basically, the making sure, verify that all the articles published. But I just want to make sure what's your thought process here. How you will verify.
So Harsha,
So-
for the I think the questions you're asking, there are two different questions. That's why our answers are not in sync. So our third scenario addresses the issue of history. So when you click the history button, when you click the history button, it's supposed to display all articles that has been archived, and it would display the articles from newest to oldest. Is that the question you're asking?
No, that's a separate thing. I understand that you have a history scenario, right? But go back to the detail page. I just want to make sure you understand what is there that will be displayed under here. What's displayed under history. So if you go to the details, 133 or 136, whatever the page number was, you can just type it in the page.
Yes,
What was that?
it's
132,
135.
135. Just type it in 135 page number.
No, I did not download that document, so I'm not able to.
You can
type
type in. I think you can type in. There's a page. You see that one
Historical archive selected.
right here. Right?
No, go down a little bit.
Go down to the detail, right?
Yeah,
Go down
21.
Yeah,
Yes.
here.
this way,
Okay, so
here.
just stay on the screen. Tell me which, if I publish something here, where would it go?
Homepage.
Exactly.
Well, no, it will be on the homepage, but where would it go? Oh, no, well, will it be on the homepage? That's the question. First of all,
Welcome text. Welcome text. So
No, it will be under what's new.
Yeah, under what's new.
what's
Okay,
new
so-
article?
so if I say enter text, title, and text, and I click save, will it be under what's new?
Yes.
If I enter title and text only,
I think you have to select active for it to
Active
show
and
what's
yeah.
new.
so what is the purpose of active and historical archive?
So we use those two buttons to decide which of the items displays in the homepage.
No, they both will be on the homepage. Okay.
Yes, which
So-
one displays first?
Act-
Because it displays the active ones, and then it archives the.
So we need
Active would
to.
be what's new and historical archive would be the older ones. That would be at the back, right?
So, well, so you need to understand this functionality ties together, right? I mean, from this screen to other screens, right? Same
And
thing.
then
I mean, all the modules are tied like that. You like a vendor customer list. We didn't ask you how would you verify that information. I mean, that will be once we go to a detailed test case, maybe we'll have more discussion on that. But here, if I enter title text, if I check active, and if I check historical archive and I click on save, where would it display?
What's new article?
Is it gonna be what's new article? So I would suggest you read the requirement in that point. If
Says
I
should be
enter,
displayed on the homepage history, if it's
Okay.
archived.
because it's archive, right?
Yeah.
It will go under
Yeah.
history. Now so you need to be very clear. What is that? What action what scenario will trigger, and what are you testing on the home page? Because you need to understand this module as well at the same time. That's the whole reason we ask you to read the whole document, see if you understand, because everything is interconnected in these modules here. It's just not like one screen that you have, and if you are done, because when you look at those receiving screens, you have vendor list. Same thing on the inventory. You're gonna have a bunch of other related modules ties together. But here, so if so you guys understand where it goes history, right? Now, if
Yeah,
I enter
history.
title text and I say click on historical archive and click on save, I don't select active, where would it go? Where would it show?
It will show in history only.
Well, again, you guys haven't read the requirement, so I'm gonna
When
clarify.
you click on the history button on homepage, it takes to the historical archive.
But it's not even active. Okay, so when I say title text and I click on historical archive, I leave the active with unchecked, where would it show? So you need to understand what this information is. Without that, you won't be able to write any detailed test case. Okay, I'll tell you that. So you need to understand the related modules for all the screens. Okay, I mean, scenario wise is great, but when you start writing the detailed one, these all are interconnected modules.
Yeah, but
So-
active and historically archive are not related. They are individual
If-
checkboxes.
So that's why you need to read the requirement. What does
If
it
I
mean?
don't
active?
select active and select historical archive,
Mhm.
that will still be shown in the history.
Okay,
list.
Is it what it says, or you just guessed it?
That's how it says on the
let's take a look at it.
Historical
Where does it
checkbox
say?
is,
Where does it
description.
say? Can you scroll down? Let's see where does it say. Scroll down. Let's go to the actual buttons.
More
Okay.
Yeah. there.
So
Up.
Historical.
Yeah.
articles that are highlighted by checking the active checkbox are displayed on the news items on the system homepage history page. See, you need to
Oh.
read the description, basically. All right. What is the meaning of it, right?
So
So
it has to be
as I
both
said, I
active
mean,
and
it
history.
has to be both. Otherwise, it will be just in the system, but it will not show up anywhere.
Okay.
All right. So just be read carefully. I mean, this document. I mean, I know you guys are looking at first time, but you have to read it, go very detailed. I mean, try to spend more time on it and figure it out. Otherwise, your detailed test cases will be blown up. Okay, I mean, I'm telling you, if you don't connect the modules, then your detailed test cases will not be really detailed. All right, so hopefully you guys understand, right, G1?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all those things, these are interconnected. Plus, just write it in plain English. I think your scenarios are not clear, so I think you guys need to do a little bit more work on the just plain English, I guess, because it's not clear to me what you are trying to test. I know you said in the number 2 disseminate information, but I mean you could have simply write it. Hey, I'm testing the history or what's new, basically making sure all the items basically are shown properly in the what's new under what's new section, right? It's all the which are active items, right? Marked active, basically. That's what is supposed to show up there. And
Okay.
history, when you say talk about history list, that is active plus historical archive. Make sure both are checked and those items are showing up in the active plus under history button page.
Okay.
All right, so let's move on. Let's see what else you guys have on this screen. So let's go back to the history page again, or the home page again. If you can flip up to the home page.
23, I think. Okay.
23. Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, this one is 23.
No, up. I think that's my bad.
No, let's go up. I
Yeah.
think it's
Yeah,
before.
that's inventory. I think that's inventory. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, here.
Okay, so home history, right? So you have scenario that comes here. Now that the information is displayed. So how many scenarios you have for the home page items?
have
We'll add
3.
more, but
No, I mean, I'm just looking at the scenarios are scenarios, right? So I mean, there shouldn't be any negative here because you are not entering any information or anything. Yeah, the user is, you are visually verifying. So 1, 2, 3. I think those should be good enough, but you just need to have clear scenarios. What is that what's supposed to be displayed and what you are verifying? Okay, that information is not clear in number 2 and number 3.
okay.
As I said, all the active articles and active and historical active, right?
Mhm.
Those or historical archive, those 2 check boxes are very important. You should mention some of those things in plain English terms for each scenario that you have. Number 2 and number 6.3.1.
Okay.
Otherwise, your scenarios are fine for that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you looks like you still need to work through the cartridge inventory items, right? But based on what we
Yeah.
discussed for the other one, right? I'm hoping that will help you guys to revise yours.
Yeah, I mean, we not cover all, but we have to put more the things here.
Right,
I mean,
right.
in
Like
inventories.
each item. What is that you are testing? Starting with the top of the screen to the bottom of the screen, right? You have to
Yeah.
cover pretty much all different things.
Yep. All the functionality. Yeah.
Yeah, all the functionality basically.
Yep.
And I think the important part is what is the bottom buttons. Those are very important for you guys.
Right.
Those
Yeah,
are business
the-
process flow items.
This cancel and done button. That's
Well,
what you are saying.
cancelled, no, the bottom one. So if you scroll down a little bit, those are process item, process, business process type of. Nope, scroll up,
Okay.
previous bit.
So
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
talking about identical, just scroll up a little bit
Oh, okay,
down.
okay. This one,
Right?
identical,
Identical,
different,
different from start.
start. Okay.
All of those things are functionality, right? And you need to understand what happens when you click on that, what happens when you click on different. The other aspects you also need to think around it is not just the buttons, right? But there are certain fields which has a business rules
Yep.
and behaviors. So you need to make sure you write the test cases for those behaviors, right? For example, what is this weight grams, the red, green means? How do you validate and test those things?
So your module is a little bit complex, but that's the reason you are given only one module, right? The other team has 3 modules, right? So you have
Yeah.
one simple one and one complex one, but other team has like a one medium complexity and 2 simpler ones.
Okay.
So so just spend time on this one on Saturday, okay? Or if you want to meet before that, I mean, if your time, otherwise we'll get you some time to work through it on Saturday.
Okay.
All right. Is everybody clear, right? What's the process looks like? I mean, this is a kind of like a different project than Airflow. This one is more like you are given screen details and those things as well. Airflow is more base requirements. Okay, this one is more like a requirement specification type of thing where you have more details around it.
Mhm.
All right, so I think we are almost about at the time, almost 8:30. So what I would say is if you get time, revise it. Otherwise, we'll get you time on Saturday morning to wrap up basically another hour or so. Okay, to wrap up the additional screens that you guys have. And then we'll move on to the next phase afterwards.
Mhm.
But
So
we don't know the next phase yet. You will tell us on Saturday.
Well, you guys need to finish the first one, right? You haven't done all the things. We haven't reviewed everything yet. So we're gonna review each and every item that you're gonna produce. So right now, your task is what we gave you today,
Mhm.
right? So you have to finish up those portions, create all the details, basically high-level scenarios for all the modules that you have.
Okay.
And if you guys are done on if you guys done early on Saturday, then we'll ask you to move on to the next item, next phase. All right, but make sure you revise based on what we discussed today. Okay, plus out. I mean, you guys need to be very detailed and thorough.
Okay.
Yeah, and make sure you finish for all the module that is assigned to you, right? So
Yep,
that we can review the incomplete ones that you were not able to get it done today.
Right.
So do we have to do it as a group or
Yeah, as a group. As a group. I mean, divide and conquer works, but as long as you have to discuss with your team members. This is a group work.
Okay.
You can put effort on your own, but then let's review that on Saturday with your team members,
Okay.
right? And that will give your team jump start as well for certain modules.
Okay. So Herschel.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first week was kind of overwhelming by these documents, but the second week you gave us and it make us more clear, and we kind of understood pretty much everything. But I have a question about page number 117. I don't know, we didn't discuss in a group. Code and
117, 117. Okay,
117.
let's take a look at it quickly. We got 3 more minutes, so let's see.
It says code and parameter.
Oh, codes and parameter list.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
That is complicated.
All right. Yeah. So what about it? I know the modules. So tell me, what is your question?
So let me see. Codes and parameters.
170, can you scroll down to 117? Is it Bhagyasri you are sharing?
Sorry, what is it, Asher?
I can,
117?
you can share.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Oh yeah,
You-
Bhagyasri is sharing. No. You can go ahead. You can go ahead.
what you want to share? This thing?
No, the documents, requirement documents.
Okay,
You go to 117.
117. Okay.
Yes.
The easiest way, Bhagyashree, is you see there is a page number at the bottom. Just type it 117 in there,
Yeah,
hit
yeah.
enter, and it'll take you there.
It shows 62 right now. We just change it to 117.
Oh, here? Oh,
Yeah.
got it. Okay.
117. Just type in 117.
And hit
Oh.
enter. There you go.
Yep. Okay. All right. So what about it? This module?
So conversation type, red, green, blue.
Yep.
Mainly conversation type, like I don't know, conversation between who's and who. And there's a
Yeah.
color to
So
my-
remember these are, so it says parameters currently included in the codes and parameter page types are as follows: packet types, cartridge categories.
Mhm.
So these are fixed set of list of values, fixed list of values. So you have drop down list, right? Generally, if you want to pick something from there, then you will come and pick it from here. So here you can update those lists. Those are specified, right? Address type, phone number types, email address type. You can, there are
Mhm.
predefined values. You can predefine those values and it will show up. If you add it in this list here, if you create a new item, if you go to the details screen, right? Now scroll down a little bit. I think maybe a couple of pages down.
Get a new value.
Scroll down, go to the screen until you see the screen.
Okay.
All
Here.
right, just stay here, right? So it says, so here, so you can pick like a address type, and you, let's say you have a new address type you want to add, maybe home, work, office, and whatever, right? So you can keep on adding values and make it active. So it will show wherever the drop down address type is shown. Do you guys know which module it is shown? Address type, drop down list. It's on the customer and vendor list. Okay. So that's where it will populate. The values will show up there.
Okay.
Wherever the address type is shown in any module, the list will be updated for it. Updated. The new value, whatever you enter here,
Okay.
will be available in those drop down list.
Okay.
Same thing, other whatever the other ones are mentioned. That's all it is. As
So
I
if-
said, these modules are interconnected. Okay.
So if you click on drop down, there's a type conversation. If you click on drop down address, is it gonna populate it in value?
It's gonna say address type. It's gonna say what are the other things? It says 6 or 7 items, right? Packet type, address type.
Right.
All those things will be, and you can add a value for it. New
Oh, we
value
can
that will
put
show up in
manual-
the, yeah.
Okay. So we need to enter manually. It's not gonna populate automatically when I type. Like,
No. Here you are defining the values for defining the list of values. That's the whole purpose of codes and parameter list module.
Okay.
It's a list, predefined list, or you are defining the values for the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you go to up, Bhagyashree, can you go a little bit up? 117,
Yeah.
117, 117.
Yeah,
Okay.
go up.
More
Go
up.
up, go up.
Oh, you on screen? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
See,
Yeah.
those items are listed there, right? Phone number type, email address type, customer vendor dispositions. So those
Right.
are list of values.
okay.
Okay. So the conversion, so code type can be address type. So in the drop down, if you click on conversion type drop down here on the screen, it will
Uh-huh.
show phone number, email address type,
Right.
phone number type, all those things.
Okay.
Basically. Yep.
So if from that drop down, if I type cartridge, let's say cartridge type, right? So if I
Yeah.
filter it's gonna give you the
Well,
cartridge.
there is no
type.
cartridge type here, right? It's a cartridge category.
Category, yes.
Yeah.
So if I choose that and filter, it's gonna give me all the categories.
All
of-
cartridge categories defined in the system. Those values are whatever
Oh,
values assigned to the cartridge categories. Yes.
Right. So value is gonna be just color, red, green, and blue, or it can be other too.
No, these are just a mock-up screens. These are not real value. It's a dummy data. So
Okay.
remember, this is a mock-up. This is called screen mock-up. Okay, so it's somebody created just to communicate to the business. Hey, this
Okay.
is what it will look like. It may not be exactly look like that when they actually build the screen. It might be look a little bit different color wise and font wise and whatnot, but all the fields will be there, and this is the functionality they will have on the screen. So this one,
Okay.
this is created before we have a software, just to communicate to the customer, so that customer understands. Yep, this is what it will be built in the software.
Okay. So if in a real life, right? If I put like let's say email address and filters in the value, you're gonna give you the email address, actual email. Let's say g1.rosari.
It's an email address type, not G1. It's a type. What type of email address it is? Is it a work email? It's a home. So it might say work, home, office email,
right?
Kind of like that. And then
Oh,
when you are
okay, okay.
actually information, it's kind of like a home address, office address, what address
Right.
type it is. So if
Right.
if you scroll to the customer and vendor list, or customer and what is that, vendors
Vendors,
screen, you will see what are the values they have over there.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. But we are not giving you those complex functionalities because I don't think you guys are ready for that yet. So we are keeping to the business process level and some of the simpler ones as part of your project work. All right.
Okay.
Okay, dokie. Then I think let's catch up on Saturday morning, 8:45 again. The earlier you guys can come in, I think you guys will start working on your team. So if you guys are there by 8:45, your team members are there, you can start working on it. Okay.
Okay.
All right, great. I think then I don't have anything else unless Dilip, you have anything.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
So Herschel, does this weekend gonna be our last class, or
Yes,
there are more
technically it is the last weekend for
this
the
weekend,
work.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to have an end date, right? So this is generally
This
basically
is the last lab.
not last lab, Saturday and Sunday, right? So 2 days.
No, I
So
mean
this will be-
Thursday lab is the last lab, Simeon.
Not Thursday. No, we will wrap up on Sunday.
Yeah, this is last Thursday.
Yeah, this is our last Thursday.
Yeah, this is our last Thursday. Yep,
Yeah.
that's correct. All right, but we will talk on Sunday. What is next? So, but let's focus on the project work for now and work through it
Okay.
because this is important. This is something you can, if you understand, then you can talk about it in the resume.
Okay.
All right. All right, then let's wrap up here. I think, and we'll regroup on Saturday. Anybody has any question?
No.
Everybody good?
Good.
All right then. Okay. See
Okay.
you guys Saturday. Yep.
Okay, good night. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Right.
Bye.